It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
But as far as like the rest of your stable, like so much young talent from the South Florida area. You know, obviously Lorenzo Medina, most notably, his brother Lazaro. You got Abel Gonzalez, Sasha and Eric Tudor. Just
Lazaro Medina, Sebastian Santana. Yeah, man. We have. I was just talking about this yesterday with one of the assistant coaches. Is I really feel like as far as young guys go, we're the most dangerous gym probably in the state, man. I mean, every single guy you named is an absolute killer, you know, just as well as I do.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a stable full of killers. Everybody's willing to listen. Everybody's willing to learn. Everybody wants to get better. It's a great vibe in there. You know, as a coach and when you have a gym, you go through ups and downs, you know, when it comes to what your stable looks like. Guys come and go, things happen, guys get hurt, whatever. And right now, I can honestly say that with the stable of guys we got, this is probably the best stable that I've had at one solid time, you know, throughout my career. And, you know, I think everybody's really excited about it.
Yeah, it's like a mini Kronk gym in there, man.
These sparring sessions are wild. It's getting really hard to get sparring. You know what I mean? I get that call all the time. We're like, hey, look, you know, either guys want to get paid or it's like, well, hey, you know, my kid's an amateur. Who's gonna pay you to come spar? You know, or this kid, my guy's got 4 professional. You know, who's gonna? So it's getting harder and harder to get sparring. But you know, I feel. Another thing is, as a coach, man, when you go into some sparring, you go into some fights. Sometimes you feel a little bit more confident knowing your guys. Sometimes maybe you get a little bit worried. Perfect example, Laz, 17 years old, amateur, Lorenzo's brother. Buddy brought down a gold medalist. You know, I think they sparred with each other twice. You know, they did whatever it was, 16, 20 rounds together, and wasn't nervous at all. You know, I'm like, Laz is going to go in there. And you know what he did? He did his thing. And so, you know, every time guys come in here and spar, I feel confident about it. Every time my guys go in to fight, I feel confident about it. And you know, it's good to know that as a coach, your product is going to speak for the amount of work that you're putting in.
No, 100%. And Lazaro brother Lorenzo, I was there when he got the big knockout against Joshua Temple. He's really making a lot of noise in the heavyweight division. What could you tell people out there about Lorenzo Medina as a fighter and I guess as a person as well?
This is what I'm going to tell you about Lorenzo Medina, okay? When it comes to a championship mindset, it's the most important thing. You know, people say that boxing's 90% mental, 10% physical. I think it's 95% mental, 5% physical. I mean, here's a kid that is very confident in himself. He's not scared to lose. And when I say he's not scared to lose, I'm saying that he's not worried about Instagram. He's not worried. He wants to fight the best. He feels confident that he's going to fight the best. He comes in here, he trains like he's the best. When he gets in the ring with somebody, he lets them know that he thinks he's the best. He comes in the gym every single day and puts in 130%. I mean, I don't got to ask him how many miles he's running. I mean, he comes in here every single day and puts in that work. He puts his head down. He grinds, and he wants to be the best. I've never trained anybody that was so locked in and mentally focused like Lorenzo, and it's good to see because, you know, I partially raised the kid. You know what I mean? I started training him when he was 16 years old. His mom and everybody thought I was crazy when I said, look, I'm going to turn this kid pro at 17. I knew what I was working with, and it's worked out. And now, you know, I'd say that he's up there with, as far as, you know, heavyweights under 15 fights, he's got to be one of the hottest prospects in that category. And he's just going to continue to grind. If anything else, not because he's fast, not because he punches hard, not because his defense is phenomenal, but it's his mindset. He's got a championship mindset. And he's gonna go in there every single time and not look to make excuses, you know. Yeah. And that's what separates him from the pack.
Yeah, he definitely might be the most. I think he might be the most exciting heavyweight prospect in boxing today.
Look, we go into gyms to spar, the whole gym stops. The whole gym. We went to these Jake Paul fights, you know. I mean, he wasn't even signed with them, you know. They gave him, you know, they kept calling him back to come there. He goes to shows, he steals the show, he steals the fans. He's got it all, man. He's a superstar, you know. All he's got to do is continue doing what he's doing, and he's gonna get everything he ever wanted in this sport. And I'm happy to be able to be there and guide him and help him do it.
and I'm happy to have a front row seat to witness it all. You know, it's been
Most front row, bro.
Yeah.
You're sitting on his lap.
Yeah. You know, we had an interesting conversation today because his brother Lazaro, you spoke like highly of him. Like, and I know Lazaro. I've actually sparred Lazaro myself years ago when he was a kid. But like, how good is Lazaro Medina? Because I'm not even sure I know it. I've been around Lazaro all these years.
Lazaro Medina is the best fighter I have in my gym.
Really?
He's
Yeah.
And Lo will tell you that. You know. Now listen, I have a saying. I say I've seen thousands of Adrian Broners throughout this country in gyms everywhere. You know, but there's only been one. As far as talent and ability and skill and grit, I mean, Laz can do whatever he wants in there. He'll march you down. He'll fuck you up. He can box you. He's got a good jab. He's got great. He can do everything Lo can do and more. He's big for his weight. It's a layup for the kid. You know, we're gonna turn him pro. Throughout COVID and some other things, you know, he never really got to go to high school. You know. So this is his senior year, and you know, this is his last chance to do some in-person high school. Obviously, the pros train during the day. You know, so June we're turning him pro. That's all set up. You know, he's gonna go with Ryan Ricky, Lowe's manager, and watch out for this guy. If you think Lowe's exciting, Laz is really exciting. I mean, I think that they're gonna be the most dynamic set of brothers in the sport, and you know, he's once he gets his opportunity, you know, he's patiently waiting, he's itching, you know, he's playing backseat to Big Brother, but I know once this gets going, he's gonna want to catch up real quick, and he will.
You mentioned the Medinas being the most dynamic brothers in the sport. Are they even the most dynamic brothers in this gym? Because you got the Tudors too, man. The Tudors, you got Eric and Sasha. Talk about them, because I know you speak glowingly of both of them and the improvements they've made.
Damn, let me take that comment back then. Right?
Okay.
I'm not sure. Eric and Sasha Tudor, man. I mean, what more is there to say? You know, I mean, you got two extremely talented kids, and I'll tell you what, man. They come in here every day. They put their head down and they go to work. You know, they want to get better. You know, anybody that knows them knows that, hey, they might not be the most talkative guys in the world. You know, they're not going to come in here and burn your ear up. But they listen, man, and they want to get better. And they're doing everything they got. If I were to tell them both, hey, look, today you're sparring 28 rounds with 30-second breaks, they're just going to go, okay, let's do it, whether they can or not. There's no second guessing. There's no talking back. There's no nothing. You know, because Sasha is so talented, you know, I think Sasha won like 10 national titles. You know, they think that he can't, you know, that maybe he doesn't want to be a pro or do things like that, but he does, and that's his dream, and he's working toward it. And Eric is putting all the work in. He wants to be one of the best 154-pounders in the world. They both fight on January 27th on Munguia's undercard, and they're going to put on a show.
Oh, I can't wait,
Both
man.
of them, yeah.
I can't
Real
wait.
good show.
Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure to subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.